Hey, yo, Mick, like, you want to order me a cheesesteak with whiz?
Rock, what are you thinking about? You're fighting Apollo like in a week.
Mick, I thought, like, maybe, like, if I could knock around a cheesesteak, it might be a little better. What do you think, huh?
Today we are at Whit or Whitout, and like when you're ordering a cheesesteaks in Philly, it's, can you give me a cheesesteak Whit? That means with onions, and Whitout means without the fried onions, like Whit whiz, whatever. And today we are at a relatively new.
Yeah, we've been about here about a year and probably a month or two.
Okay, and
April
so
3rd, yeah.
Great, and so this is Dakota. You've got this place like decked out. This looks like I feel like I'm in Philly.
Yeah,
you
that's
brought
the
the
whole
whole
point.
spirit, right? You were from Northeast Philly.
Yep, originally Northeast. We moved over a couple years ago and finally want to get out and do our own thing.
And your inspiration was to bring, my understanding, bring the real Philly cheesesteak to South Jersey without having to make the drive.
Exactly.
So what are you serving up what makes these cheesesteaks special?
So for the steaks, like I said, we use only 100% ribeye.
Well, that's like that's like a Philly staple, honestly.
You have to use the good stuff. You can't use a marinade or you can't use the sirloin like the pizza shops use.
Right. And I know you're already, I mean, that's a pretty hefty steak already. You've got 2 of them on there.
Yes. Our whole idea is to give what you're paying for. It should be worth it regardless which way you look at it.
Right.
You should get enough food.
And everything here is like really pretty reasonably priced, in my opinion. Especially if we got the ribeye, you know. I like this, it's coming together really quick.
Yeah, with the ribeye, you have to use it on the grill. It's got to go on, chop it a little bit, and it's got to come off. You can't leave it too long or it'll dry out on you.
Exactly, that's what I'm loving about what I'm seeing right now. Because it looks like juicy, tender, no fat. Yeah, well, how absolutely great is this? We got some folks from Northeast Philly. They decided a while ago to move over here, and the goal of Dakota and his stepfather was to bring a real quality cheesesteak over to South Jersey and avoid taking that trip over to Philly. Oh, wow. There's a lot of cheesesteaks out there. We've been doing some different ones. We did cheesesteaks with Italian sausage. We did cheesesteaks with scrapple.
So this is the
What
filthy...
happened? What just happened?
We dump a generous amount of the filthy sauce into it. That way it gets incorporated through the entire sandwich, not just pouring on top.
That too, I love the idea. Is that with the cheese also, or?
Yes, so the cheese will get melted on top, and what we do is we layer our cheese into the steak.
Okay.
It's not just, oh, we put cheese on the roll or we flip it upside down.
I love this. I see it happening right now. It's going to get folded over.
We melt it in. It doesn't get folded over exactly.
Okay.
We end up layering it into the entire sandwich.
Little water under, flat top,
melt that provolone down.
Sinks right into everything.
Yes, yes.
Today we're doing a filthy cheesesteak here at Whit or Whitout. Love that name, Whit or Whitout. We got it Whit. We got it Whit provolone, and we got it Whit that special sauce.
Hi, Packer Avenue.
And what is your favorite?
My favorite is either the garlic cheesesteak or the filthy cheesesteak.
Okay, so I got the filthy today. I got something to look forward to.
You haven't tried it yet?
This is my first time.
It's so good. You're gonna love it, I promise.
Okay. Looking forward to this bite. It looks just like entirely, like beautifully juicy. I mean, that's exploding. There is nothing dry about this cheesesteak for sure. We've got the Licio roll. We're familiar with that. One of the faves. Got the provolone. Got that sauce coming through. So, for the bite. That is absolutely filthy in the best way. As you saw, they put a generous amount of sauce on there. It's got a little bit of tang, and it's like kind of almost a sweet and sour on here. I love that flavor. This filthy is like a I'm gonna say a sweet and sour cheesesteak, but not in like the over the end Oriental way. There's like a tiny bit of sweetness in it. The steak, as we talked about before, it's pure. It's a ribeye. It's the standard. Not cutting any corners with any of that. The melted cheese in here, the onions, and this wonderful sauce. It's a bite to behold. Oh man, that's a little bit of heaven in a cheesesteak right there. Great taste, great texture. I love what they're doing with the roll here. This is a little unusual. I had one not too long ago at another place, and it came in the box. The box idea is a really good one. Keeps it light and fresh and not too soggy from the steam condensing in there. I know condensed is good when you get to the end of the sandwich, but condensed is probably not the best idea when you're eating a cheesesteak and just pulling it right out. So, great idea. Tender, juicy, savory, sweet and sour, filthy cheesesteak from Whit or Whitout. It's pretty dang delicious. All right, we're in a Philly place, and I'm a little confused. What's with the trash can?
That's pretty much what it is. It's a trash can.
Well, thank you very much. I love it. New York trash, and even more pertinent.
A big customer recommendation. I was a little confused at first. He's like, get a Cowboys welcome mat. I was like, why would I ever do that? He goes, so people can wipe their feet on the way in and out.
Could you please help me with that? This is the important part. Could you step on that helmet a few times?
Absolutely.
Like, with vigor.
It is perfect.
Thank you. Who doesn't like see Troy Aikman getting a concussion hit by like Fletcher Cox? Gotta love it. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about digging into this Nashville chicken sandwich. We've made it before on the channel. We did this like a couple years ago. Had one a couple of months ago in Berlin. Found Munchies. It was a very, very good sandwich. Doing it up with thighs, which is really good because it stays moisture. It doesn't get dried out like a breast would. I love thighs. It's like my favorite. The dark meat on the bird is like my favorite thing.
So with the thigh, there's pretty much almost impossible to dry it out on you. Goes down for 9 minutes and goes on our special labus roll that's only used for the bird.
Looking good. I mean, right there, that's a pretty healthy thigh. You can tell from the construction, you can see from the structure. We got a thigh in there. We got the dark meat for the bite. And we got a nice little pickle right there in the end. I don't know if you can hear, but we have a little bit of crunch from the pickle and a nice little crunch from the deep fry on the chicken thigh. I like the crunch and I like the bread.
It's a bit more dense than a regular Kaiser roll, but if the bird was going to be the bird, we wanted it to be its separate own thing, including the roll.
I'm going down here on the other end because I've got a lot more saucy stuff happening on the corner. The pickles are like an automatic. They have to be on here. Got a good crisp on it. Got a good cook on the chicken. Got the bread. The bread is it's a nice soft. It almost feels like a brioche, and it's really pretty good. But that last bite with that, the sauce really got a big, nice, beautiful mouthful of that. I like the tang to it. It's definitely got the cayenne in it. This has actually, for me, a little bit more of a barbecue to it. I don't know if there's maybe liquid smoke, something like that, but there's definitely more of a barbecue taste than this than I am familiar with the Nashville, but it's a beautiful bite. It's really, really tasty. So you got some nice tang to this. You've got nice tender chicken. You've got the freshness of the pickle in there. If you're not a beef eater, it's not vegetarian, but the Nashville bird is a really tasty bite. Love me some juicy chicken with some Nashville sauce. My goodness, talking about the passion, like it's really totally amazing. Talking about the people that come in and visit. There's actually, we showed you the trash cans inside. There's actually a Dallas tax. No, not an actual Dallas tax, but printed up on the invoice. Okay, so you got to check this out. Talking about the Dallas tax, again, it's not the real thing, but we're not going to tell them. But we've got take that, Jerry Jones. People from Philadelphia, South Jersey are very, very passionate about their city, about their teams in particular. Go Birds, go Phillies, Sixers, you made a good run. We love all of you guys. We were talking, it's almost like a childish innocence. We could love you today and hate you tomorrow, but it's coming from the heart. It's passionate, it's Philly. So thanks so much for being with us. Thematically, we've had some really great sandwiches here. We've got the cheesesteak with Italian hot sausage. We've got the cheesesteak with scrapple, amazing. Today we've got another very, very different cheesesteak. We didn't do the normal cheesesteaks this time around. Great bites. Hats off and big shout out to Dakota. Love this place. Whit or Whitout. Try it out. It's a great find. It's new. It's great. It's right here in the...
We're located in the Southwood Shopping Center, right behind the Orange Cleaners. They've been a big staple forever, so most people in the area know who they are.
Thanks so much for being with us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure you tell a friend. And we'll see you on our next adventure here at Packer Avenue. Peace.